tonight's spectacular new high-scoring action with Catapult, explosive combat on Duel, aerial action on Pendulum, plus the wolf at his very worst. Now welcome your hosts, Jeremy Guscott and Ulrika Johnson.
Good evening and welcome to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to our 7th series, which we believe is even bigger and better, and that of course includes the prizes, because this year each of our winners will receive £1,000. Plus, they'll drive away in one of these four-wheel drive off-the-road utility trucks, brand new in the UK.
We haven't forgotten our runners-up either. They will also receive £1,000 cash, plus we will jet them off to the fantastic Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island in the Bahamas.
So let's meet our contenders. Tonight they are Sharon Kewley
and Helena Redwood.
Little bit of support there from up in Merseyside and Birkdale, is that right?
No, Liverpool, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, am I going to have trouble understanding you? Because you spent 8 years in Australia, didn't you? What were you doing there?
I was just studying and doing a bit of marketing over there, and then I obviously got asked to come to England and work over here, so...
So you preferred to go back up to Liverpool?
Yeah.
It's nice to be back.
It's an awesome place, and the people are just fantastic, so...
Well, and now you're here on Gladiators. You did apply last year, but you finally got in this year, so you must be delighted about that.
I'm determined, yeah, it's great. It's good fun, you know, the atmosphere, the people, the games are just awesome this year, I mean.
Yes, we've lined up 2 of your favourite games tonight, the Wall and Pendulum.
Oh, yeah, I love them. Love them to death. They're great, so I'm just going to have a ball.
And keep smiling, because you've got a fab smile. Let's hear it for Sharon Kewley!
Helena, what kind of first attracted you to Gladiators?
Looking at all those games they're playing out there, it just reminds me of a big kids' playground. So the thought of coming up here and swinging from them bars and them ropes is just exciting.
You're a bit of a tinker when you were a kid then, you enjoyed messing about there?
I'm worse now, actually. I go to the playgrounds now and I fight the kids to go on the monkey bars.
I think our Gladiators might pose a bit more of a problem than the kids in the playground. Helena, tell us a little bit about what you do and where you're from.
Well, I'm from Hampton in Middlesex. And at the moment, I'm a full-time mum.
Being a full-time mum, I mean, that has got to be hard work.
It's hard work, but you reap the benefits from it. I enjoy it.
And are the kids here this evening?
Yes, Alexandra and Thomas are out there in the audience with their dad, Charlie.
What do you get up to in your spare time, if you have any?
Well, when I do have a bit of spare time, I like to listen to a bit of 70s disco and funk music. Woo! And when I get the opportunity, I do a little bit of decorating and DIY as well.
How much do you charge an hour? I might sort of hire you to do my place, actually. I need a couple of rooms doing.
Nah, I'm too good for you, too good for you.
Let's give it up for Helena Redwood.
So we've met the girls, let's meet the guys. Tonight they are Karl Mullins
and Dave Walter.
Mullins, please stand up.
OK, I'm here. Hi, everyone!
Just a little bit of support there. We've got the whole lot standing up. Tell us what you do and where you're from.
I'm a firefighter from Bromborough on the Wirral.
Any fellow firefighters here?
There's about 25, I think. Are you all there?
Oh, it's going to be one of those nights, I can tell. Now, I'd never have guessed with that, of course, but I understand you're a bit of a drama queen, is that right?
Queen? Joking, aren't you? No, I do a bit of panto here and there. I did a panto last year. I was the giant, and I scared a load of kids. This year, I'm meant to be doing another one, so who knows what my part's going to be.
Absolutely. Well, you're frightening me at the moment. Listen, I also understand you're a Cub leader.
That's right, yeah. I'm Cub Scout leader in St Barnabas in Bromborough. Are you there?
Let's hear it for Karl Mullins!
Dave, just stood here with you. Rather a big lad. Have you ever thought about playing rugby?
Once or twice, you know.
Fancy a trip at the Bath?
Yeah, we could give it a shot.
I mean, you've got a bit of a rowdy crowd there. I spot a chicken as part of your support group.
Yeah, they're a bit quiet tonight, you know. They're a lot noisier at home, but I suppose we'll just have to wait for them.
What's all this chicken business?
That's the chicken. That's where I work.
And you have to dress out like that, do you?
That's the main man, he is. He's my best mate.
OK. Tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you do.
My name's Dave Walter, and I'm from Exeter.
From Exeter! Down in the West Country.
Down in the West Country.
What sort of social activities do you get up to in your spare time?
Do a bit of horse riding every now and again, you know. It's a nice way to relax, also pretty good muscle toner.
Let's hear it for Dave Walter!
Well, what a noisy night it's going to be. So without further ado, let the games begin. First up on tightrope, it's Sharon. And she's going to be facing Vogue. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready!
The big push-off for the giant haul up the tightrope. 50 feet of cable which starts its slope 30 feet from the floor. The race to the top is followed by a double quick return journey. Sharon Kewley from Liverpool clearly staying on terms with Vogue as they hit the changeover. And Sharon drops first. They'll slam the down button before the zip run to the finish. Simultaneous hookup, and here they come. Who would you put your money on? It's going to be tight on the rope. Sharon nearest us. It impacts, but Vogue seems to have stolen it. Sharon's dropped to the net. Helena's fans relieved to see that. Well, here it is again. You can hardly split the difference, but Vogue must have got her feet to the pressure pad first. Let's see it again from another angle. Here they come. And Sharon's feet already poised, but Vogue, on the right, snatches the win by the skin of her sneakers.
Next up on tightrope, it's Helena. And she's going to be racing against Rebel. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Everybody ready! 3, 2, 1!
Helena Redwood, 10 years experience as an air stewardess, so she's used to long hauls, but not like this. Rebel clearly has the edge as they drag themselves up the hill for the changeover platform. Rebel's pulling power has never been in doubt. The quick release toggle is tugged, 4-foot drop to the platform, then slap the button for the downside. Helena finishes her climb as Rebel starts her descent. Nice, easy win for Rebel. Helena launches herself into thin air, which in her case will soon be the dropping zone. Rebel reigns supreme on the zip line, clean sheet from the Glads.
Well, Rebel, I have to say that it's not often that tightrope looks easy, but you made it look very smooth and easy.
I think it's all about getting your rhythm right, pushing off as hard as you can, keeping your mind focused. Had a little bit of trouble with the old tozzle and catching onto the line, but apart from that, it was great.
Excellent work on your behalf. And Helena, it just looked very awkward. Rebel there was talking about rhythm. Is that what it was? You just didn't manage to get up a rhythm?
I needed to get my legs and my arms going at the same time, get some nice long pulls. It wasn't happening. When I got down to the end, my toggle got stuck amongst all my cargo here, and I was a bit behind.
Well, it's only the first event, so there's plenty more to go. Let's hear it for Helena, and well done, Rebel!
Still, it's early doors as her husband Charlie with Thomas and Alexandra know. After one event, Sharon nil, Helena nil.
So now we move into the men's event with Karl, and he's going to be facing Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready!
Karl Mullins looking to spike Hunter's guns on this tightrope. A Merseyside Firefighter blazing his way up the cable. Hunter into a good steady rhythm, but can't put much distance between himself and Karl. Changeover, drop down, button press, hook up. Hunter has the lead as they swoop to the impact cushion. Has Hunter done enough? He has! Karl blown away in a shower of sparks, but sister Chris and dad Ken can't resist a boogie.
Well, Karl, thank you very much for an absolutely spectacular finish. finish. It looked fantastic, but I bet it didn't feel all that great.
No, got a bit hairy up there. I lost my footing a little bit, so to swing, I would have had him otherwise.
What was that? I know you don't like me, but there was no need for that.
He's a quick guy, similar sort of weight. I just lost my footing a little bit, and he took me out, but I'll be back.
I was hoping for better from a firefighter.
Hey, wait till later, girl.
Oh, something to look forward to. Lost your helmet up there, and then I got it in my face. Thanks.
To be honest, I've got to blame Rhino for that one. He was meant to do this event, and he pulled a bit of a sickie, so I was sat there eating my cheesecake, and he told me I had to go up there, so I didn't put my helmet on properly. I wasn't quite ready.
There's the Hunter. He likes cake. Let's hear it for Hunter and for Karl! Woo!
Keep watching. I'll sort him. You know I will.
Well, there's nothing like blowing your own trumpet. And that's nothing like blowing your own trumpet. Karl's mate Andy there. It's all in the lips, they say. And it's all over his lips, apparently. Boil it, Glads. I'd rather he bowled it than blew it.
Next up, it's Dave. He's going to be racing against Ace. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1!
Ace, a tough, powerful exponent of tightrope skills. Dave, a fast food waiter from Exminster, but he won't be waiting tonight as he heaves his body to the top with what looks like a lead over the Ace man. Dave, trouble with the toggle, and that's nasty because it's let the Ace light the beacon, turn for the slide, but the Ace has hit the front, and he's going to hit the bottom first. Ace flying home. Great feat from him. Blast Dave off the wire and into the netting. Sisters Bridget and Christine disappointed with the result. Helena's fans looking on the bright side. The end was quick and clinical. Ace really took advantage of Dave's slow changeover, rewarded him with a fireworks display and a quick trip to the nets. After one event in the men's, thanks to Hunter and Ace, 0-0 the score.
And getting ready to climb, it's Sharon. She's going to be pursued by Fox. Also standing at the foot of the wall, it's Helena. She's going to be chased by Falcon. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle.
Sharon's in the pink, Helen in the yellow. Sharon claims this is one of her favoured events. There's 10 points waiting at the summit for the winner. Sharon's in the lead, Helena careful in her approach, but she should cast caution to the wind now as the Glads are released. Fox after Sharon and Falcon chasing Helena. Sharon leads, 5 points for the second to the top. Sharon's mum and dad, John and Mary, with vociferous support. Sharon faltering on the last knockings, just pulls her feet from the Fox's grasp. Looks like she's on for 10, tops off a great win handsomely. The family celebrate as she bounces back from that tightrope defeat. Falcon has a handle on Helena. Her trainer Steve urging greater effort. It's a question of holding on to her luck. Gripping aerial drama. Falcon's in trouble and lets go. And Helena can't believe it. Scrambles to the top to claim the runners-up prize. Nice little bonus there, thanks to Falcon. Helena finding the leg over the ledge harder than the climb.
Sharon, you've got to let us into a little secret. I think you love that.
I adore it. It's an absolutely fantastic game. I love it.
You do a bit of climbing?
Yeah, I do actually. I like to do, you know, a lot of indoor, but also outdoor too. But indoor, I have a little bit of a specialty for.
Well, you flew up there and you've got to be happy because you scored 10 points! Helena, you've got up here. Not everything's lost. You've still got 5 points. How much did you enjoy that?
I enjoyed that immensely because I always said to myself, if I weren't fast enough to get up that wall, there's no way a Gladiator's pulling me off.
Well, did Falcon have hold of your foot at one stage?
She did, yeah, but I thought, no, she's not pulling me off this wall, not today.
Well, girl, you did very, very well. Let's give it up for Helena!
2 events down and the scores on the board read Sharon 10, Helena 5.
So now we move into the men's event with Karl. He's going to be chased by Ace. Also getting ready for the climb, it's Dave. He's going to be pursued by the Wolfman.
Let's hear what Karl thinks of Dave.
Dave Walter, my opponent, he's a really good guy. We've actually got similar personalities. The thing is, though, my personality is planet Earth. But Dave, I mean, look at him. He looks like Ming the Merciless, so I must be Flash Gordon.
Flash Harry. Karl will have to flash up this wall and win, otherwise we'll just call him Gordon. Dave in blue, Karl in red, a 10-second head start to their advantage before the chase begins. Ace after Karl, Wolf stalking Dave. And Wolf not comfortable with the climbing events, which is unusual considering he's used to being over the hill. Dave's dad Ken comes straight from work, and it's good work from Dave because he's miles away from Wolf and seconds away from 10 points. Ace is taking the chimney route in pursuit of Karl as Dave gets a leg up and wins his event hands down. Oh, and Ace wraps up Karl's wall career there.
Dave, that was never going to be a problem for you. I mean, climbing's one of your hobbies.
Well, it's normally done on Sundays, but I had to make an exception for today.
Do it on a Saturday night instead. Did you ever feel that Wolf was ever anywhere near you?
Well, Wolf was saying to me backstage that this was his game, but I thought, with his age, maybe it's more like cribbage, his game nowadays.
Oh dear, giving the Wolf a bit of stick. I mean, how much stick would you have got from your mates if you hadn't made it up here?
I wouldn't have gone home.
Well, you can go home with some pride, because you score 10 points!
This genetic engineering's really getting out of hand. But who can blame the chicken celebrating that 10-point lead for Dave after 2 events?
Not a bad start, eh? But have we got more action for you? Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and part 2, where we're just about to kick off with our next event. First up on the pendulum, it's Sharon. And she's going to be facing Siren. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready! Set the pendulum! Three, 2, 1.
Same equipment, new rules for this season. 2 points for every lit sector the contender can reach. You'll know she's scored when the lights start to flash, just like that. Beyonce Andrew likes what he sees. Siren shuffling right as Sharon heads south for the only 4-point section on the pendulum. She's got the southern lights going for her, which makes 6 points in total so far. The flag that Siren's aiming for, flapping away in the breeze. And Siren trying to get wind of her whereabouts so she can get down to the job in hand, but the swing's a thing and they have to consider all the time. The lower you go, the harder it gets, and Sharon making lighter work of this than Siren. And Sharon easing herself to another 2-point sector and makes it count. Mum and Dad delighted to see that. 8 points in the tucker bag for the lady who was resident in Australia for 8 years. Well, time's up. There's the horn. Good work from Sharon, rewarded with applause. Standing ovation from sister Sheila. Good name for an Aussie. Well, Sharon stayed out of harm's way with consummate skill, circled the globe to score freely.
Sharon, you're a nippy little thing, aren't you?
I'm only 9 stone.
And this, of course, is one of your favourite events as well as the wall.
I get such a good time just from doing this game. I love it.
Well, you looked completely in control. You looked as if you had planned out and mapped out where you were going to go before you started.
It's all in the head. You have to have a strategy of attacking each game as it comes.
Well, I've thought of a number. How does 8 points sound to you? Yes! Absolutely fantastic. I mean, she was just so good. And I thought at one stage, I don't know if you're aware of the crowd, but they started cheering and you missed her completely.
Well, I think I need to get my contact lenses strengthened, that's for sure.
Let's hear it for Siren and Sharon. Well done.
Hi, Mum. And there she is, pleased with those points.
Next up on pendulum, it's Helena. And she's going to be facing lightning.
Lightning, the undisputed queen of all she surveys. Meanwhile, let's turn to Helena and find out what she thinks of her contender rival.
My opponent is Sharon. I think if anybody saw us on television, they'd say we were complete opposites. I weigh about 11.5 stone. Sharon's about 9. She's quite fiery, she's quite with it. She's always done a lot of training like the rest of us have to get here. There's going to be a bit of a competition there because the games seem to be evenly matched in that there's quite a few strength, there's quite a few speed games, so I think it's anybody's game.
3, 2.
A fair and fine assessment by Helena. And a quick early 2 points as the pendulum begins to swing and the clock begins to tick. As well as searching for the light, she's got to keep a weather eye out for lightning. Coming up on another couple of points, bringing her pendulum tally to 4 so far. Heading down to the bright lights of the south, but lightning's lurking in wait. Helena can score 4 if she hits the bottom sector, but lightning's on her case. The yellow flag is lightning's target. The swing provides an extra terror factor for Helena. Can't get herself into a scoring position. Lightning's very nearly on terms. Looks like it's going to be a flag down for Helena. Oh, she's got her. Fabulous work from Lightning. She never lets you down. Misery for Charlie, Thomas and Steve, but there's plenty of glory for Lightning. Lightning eased herself alongside, then it was an easy reach across to secure the prize and conclude Helena's pendulum. Thank you very much. Another win for the Glamour Gladiator. After 3 events, Sharon moves up to 18, Helena to 9.
We now move into the men's event with Karl. And he's going to be facing the Wolfman.
Ready! Gladiator, ready! Set the pendulum!
The Wolf was humiliated on the wall by Dave, so he'll be looking to make amends on the pendulum against Karl. Karl moves left for that quick 2-point sector. The lights signal the score. Uh-oh, here comes trouble, and Wolf with phenomenal speed round the pendulum. A seriously great flag snatch from the Beast in just under 12 seconds. Karl's sister, Chris, is steaming. In fairness, she'll be hard-pressed to catch him if the Wolf's in this kind of form. Fantastic speed, emphatic finish. 4 marks to Karl.
Oh, Karl. Come with me. We need some points, don't we?
Got some points?
Yeah, we got 2 for sure. Well, the word on the street is that we're not quite sure if you got the other 2 before your pendant was nicked.
No, sorry. I hit it before. Definitely.
Well, I've just heard that you're absolutely right. You've picked up 4 points. Well done, Karl. A very, very quick well done.
I was good, wasn't I? Hang on, I just want to watch Ulrika say it.
You were average. Pretty average.
He was just lucky. He's an old man.
Old he may be, but on pendulum he's no pushover. Karl's sister, Adure, with his trainer, Steve, and cousin Bill taunting the Wolfman. Is that wise? The dog of war, unimpressed. He's having that Karl banner for a start. But he's getting a heck of a pasting from Karl's mum and sister. Wolf saying, I can't hear the band. Ruth and Adure still getting stuck in. At least Wolf's got his prize, and he's getting a few more bruises in the process.
Next up, it's Dave. He's going to be facing Saracen.
Always good to see those dimply cheeks in action. One of the great glads of all time. He's 1.91 m tall and tips the scales at 111 kilos. In comparison with Dave, Sarah stands the same height but weighs 17 kilos heavier. That's 2 stone.
3, 2, 1.
Mr. Walter proves he's no Wally. 2 points, leading Karl convincingly at the moment. How will he shape up to Sarah? Circling to pick up another 2, but Sarah's in the way. Great anticipation from the Saracen. Saracen hot on Dave's heels, determined to put Dave's lights out. Dave coming up on another 2-point sector. He's there, Forsey score so far. Oh, Sarah snatches, and he's got him. Saracen, the flying flag grabber. Great work, unappreciated by Dave's sisters. But the Saracen knew no fear, reached out, grabbed the pennant, and flew off with it. So after 3 events, Dave retains his 10-point lead.
Time now for one of our new games. Our first female contender is Sharon. Defending is Rio. Our second female contender is Helena. Defending is Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Catapult is tough by any stretch of the imagination. The contenders have to bungee their ropes up and down to gain enough height to grab a ball from the box and then aim the ball at those gaping goalmouths defended by the Glads. Oh, good save against Helena by Lightning. Sharon throws, hits the ironwork. Helena looking to time it right. Sharon flies to load up, double-fisted. And Sharon hurls one in and clocks up 2 points. Second shot hits the underside of the box. Just over half a minute to go. Helena reloads. Gentle lob, won't score with that. Sharon firing up for another two-handed grab. Fast on the draw. Oh, and a good throw at the empty goalmouth. 2 more. And timing is crucial. She's on the up while Rio's down. 2 more there. Helena needs to score. A miss is as good as a mile, and a mile's no good on Catapult. Sharon. Another double. Aims high. Shoots 2. Second ball just short. Helena's going to run out of time. Gets in a throw, but unlucky. The highs and lows of Catapult. 8 to Sharon, none to Helena. Well, there's the evidence in the bag. Sharon with her hands full against Rio, but got the measure of this event with a point-scoring spree. After 4 events, Sharon has 26, Helena 9.
Time now for our next event. Our first male contender is Karl. And he's up against the one and only Saracen. Over to John Anderson.
Lock in.
Karl, the same height as Sarah, but 13 kilos, that's 2 stone lighter, which could be crucial in the Whiplash ring. Half a minute to wrench the Saracen out of the ring. The whole of the Gladiator's body must be outside the 20-foot circle for Karl to score. Karl making a huge effort to pull 10 points. Sarah digging those heels in. It's a real tussle with the muscle. Karl sees the time ticking away, needs to gear up for one last big heave. Saracen won't budge. Karl will have one more chance. Takes a big sprint. Sarah's on the edge. Oh, time's running out, and the hooter blows. No points to Karl, but what a magnificent effort and a great display of strength.
Karl, I was pulling with you the whole way. I think the whole arena was with you, willing you to pull Saracen out there.
That guy is so strong. It was like a firefighter against a firefighter.
I mean, you were trying everything, weren't you? I mean, just straight on falling behind Sarah.
Yeah, I know. I pity it didn't go on for another 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
I would have had him.
You were so close. Let's hear it for Karl and Saracen.
You've got to hand it to Karl. The points were nearly in the bag.
Our second male contender is David. And he's facing the 9-foot wide Rhino. Over to John Anderson.
Lock in.
Here's what Dave has to say about Rhino.
Rhino the robot. I don't know whether you've ever seen that film Terminator, but that's Rhino down to a T. He'll get back up and carry on at you. I mean, Linda Hamilton had a hard job. I'll probably find it a bit harder.
Well, he doesn't look like Linda Hamilton. That's a starter. Rhino will look to emulate Saracen's clean sheet in the Whiplash circle. Half a minute of gripping action. Rhino looks to have the whip hand at the moment. Dave making no impression on the circumference of the circle whatsoever. Rhino trying to root himself to the blue spot. Dave shifting him like pulling a bulldozer. Rhino living life on the edge, but somehow manages to control the situation. He's got his tongue out, but he's certainly licking him in more ways than one. Great work from Dave. Rhino showing the strain of a man hard at work, but he'll keep that slate clean. Fine work from Dave, no points, but his right arm's 2 inches longer.
Dave, that was an excellent contest. I mean, you were that far away from pulling Rhino out.
I was thinking before this, the only way I'm going to get him out of this circle is if I win that truck and come back to this one.
Use the truck to pull Rhino out.
That's the only way.
What were your tactics?
When I had the big man, I thought, tactics are out the window. I just got to try 100%.
Well, you certainly tried a bit more than 100%, I would. Let's give it up for David. What an excellent effort.
Dave's family were claiming that Rhino exited the circle, but as we can see, only his toes left the circle. The whole body has to go out. Great efforts all round. The scores remain the same. Karl 4, Dave 14.
And first up, it's Sharon! She's going to be battling against Falcon!
And here's Falcon's fact sheet. 1 metre 70 tall and 70 kilos in the weight department. On the opposite dueling platform, Sharon will be 2 centimetres shorter and 13 kilos lighter. That's 2 stone. Well, Sharon giving it plenty to psych herself up and knock the Falcon from her perch. Half a minute of futile stick punishment. Falcon, experienced duelist, but Sharon taking it to her. Pays the price with a balance, though. Falcon on the offensive. Sharon needs to compose herself as Falcon flies in with some big hits. Falcon knows she's about to crack. Great right-hander. Oh, gets the job done. Sharon's fiancé and sister just as downcast. Helena's niece doesn't share their disappointment. In the end, Falcon swipes in a huge right, tees Sharon up for a second and gives it to her, hot, sweet and strong.
Next up on duel is Helena. She's going to be facing Siren.
The Siren stats up like this, 180 height-wise, and Weight Watchers will notice she's 70 kilos. Squaring up against her, Helena will be 10 centimetres shorter, but 3 kilos, 7 pounds heavier. Should be a fascinating contest. First, the lull before the storm. Oh, and Helena parries the first, takes the second. Siren using her height advantage to good effect, but Helena's unfazed. She's determined to give as good as she gets. Knows she could do with the points to bridge the gap between herself and Sharon going into the eliminator. Oh, Helena every which way but off. They're going to need a dentist and a manicurist after this because they're really at it tooth and nail. Helena will clock up 5 points if you can stay the distance. Siren really letting some big ones go. Now she's in serious trouble. This is dueling at its finest. Splendid work from both Helena and Siren. Helena came to rumble but didn't tumble. Check it out. Pleased with that performance, and here's why. Took the best that Siren could give her. Rotated through 360 degrees, but was still prepared to give and take.
Well, Siren, I guess I should congratulate you on giving us such a terrific performance, the two of you. I have to say, this is the stuff that Gladiators is made of. I mean, there were some serious blows up there.
Well, both of us were going what for. I have to say, it takes a lot of determination to get up there. And I have to admit, I've been psyching myself up backstage. Hate to admit it, but I have. And basically, it was a good fight.
Imagining maybe that she's somebody else.
Well, yes, you could say that.
And Helena, I mean, wow. You gave as good as you got. You did a little pirouette there, and I thought she might get you.
No, I was trying my hardest to stay up there.
Great balance.
I got the dance in there as well, but yeah, I managed to stay up there. She gave me some serious head licks. She really did.
And as we're heading into the eliminator, you'll be pleased to know you picked up another 5 points. Well done, Helena and Siren.
Siren lost for words for once. After 5 events, Helena's reduced the deficit by 5 points. Sharon 26, Helena 14. Here's how the lineup for the men's duel was decided earlier.
It's heads. Karl, your choice.
Counter duel.
What? Why?
because I feel lucky.
Karl gets Hunter. You get the big boy, Vulcan.
You're going to ask me if I'm happy?
No.
Now we move into the men's event with Karl. And tonight he's facing Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
Hunter, look out, darling. Look for it.
Frightening. I'd rather face Hunter than her. Here we go, and Karl lets fly with the left, stings Hunter into action. Oh, slaps him down as punishment. There, 3.2 seconds. No wonder Hunter's the governor. Karl's head spinning like the big fella's pugil stick.
You win some, you lose some.
Well, Karl, I love you, but I have to ask you, what's happened to King Karl?
Put me up there again.
Well, I don't think we can. Because I think there was only about 2 or 3 blows, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I understand you willingly chose Hunter in the draw.
Well, would you choose Vulcan?
No, personally not, no.
No, Hunter's got a great reputation on the duel.
What can I say? 3 blows.
3 blows, yeah, I mean, this is what Gladiators is all about, blow to blow. Great game.
I stand corrected. I believe there were 4 blows and 1 to the back of my head. Never mind, let's hear it for Hunter and Karl. Next up on duel, it's Dave! And he's going to be facing Vulcan. Over to John Anderson.
Contender
Vulcan, the awesome Aussie. 1.91 m tall and 120 kilos. Dave can match him height-wise, but he'll find Vulcan 26 kilos heavier. 3 stone 4 pounds. Who knows what's going through his head now? We know what's going through his head now. Vulcan's pugil stick, and that's that. Dave blown from the platform with explosive fury. Vulcan in 3.7 seconds. Vulcan smashes in an opening right, sticks in a left, and Dave parts company with his senses and the platform.
Dave.
Well, what can I say? He's an awesome machine, he is. You know, Karl's been calling me Ming the Merciless all week, but I'm not from planet Vulcan, unfortunately.
No, and thankfully not a lot of us are. You're not terribly popular in these quarters, but I have to say, and everybody has to agree, that was pretty amazing.
Now let me tell you something, people. I come in here for one mission, and one mission only. And that is to destroy every Englishman in front of me, including you two.
And that was a short message from the Department of Health in Australia. Let's hear it for Dave!
5 events completed. Here are the final scores. Karl 4, Dave 14.
Well, after 4 fierce duels, I think we all need to take a breather. But we'll be back after the break with more action in the Eliminator here on Gladiators.
The Gladiators!
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's Eliminator time. Now, in the women's event, Helena's on 14 points, Sharon's on 26. That's a 12-point difference, giving Sharon a 6-second head start.
Well, the girls are poised, and Sharon looks really up for this, and here's why.
As part of my training, I do a lot of downhill and cross-country mountain bike racing. It's quite good, actually, because, you know, I do a lot of hills, and I know it will help me with the travelator. I'm going to be pretty stuffed by the time I get that travelator, so I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to be quite hard on the day.
Sharon, you will go on my first whistle. Helena, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Sharon Kewley from Liverpool begins her eliminator run. The high and low hurdles lead to the first cargo net climb. The high hurdles taking their toll as Helena begins her chase. Helena Redwood from Hampton needs to eat into that lead as Sharon springs to the net. Fast networking from Sharon. Helena in trouble on the last high hurdle. Sharon down as Helena completes her final hurdle. Rope climb for Sharon as Helena bounces to the net. The lead opening wide as Sharon climbs to get a handle on the overhead ladder. Ropes herself up to the platform. She markets gymnasiums for a living. She's been a great personal advert so far tonight. Sharon steady as Helena battles with the rope. A battle she's struggling to win. Oh, it's agony for her sister Leo and niece Sylvia. Sharon trapezes her way to the giant cargo climb, needs to keep her head and her energy level high. And here's where the strength drains from the body. It's a long haul, but the competition is nowhere to be seen. If Sharon can maintain this form, she's about a half minute from a place in the quarterfinals. The gantry leads to the fastest part of the course, the zip line. Helena tackles the hand ladder. Oh, she's gone! Plunges into the valley of death for a 10-second penalty. The dream has turned into a nightmare. But for Sharon, there's plenty to do. Splashes down. Timekeeper Andy Norgate releases Helena from her 10-second detention. Sharon turns for the first of her 2 testing seesaws. Looks confident and strong. She looks in control. Helena on the trapeze. Oh! A terrible collision with the apron of the platform. And Sharon needs a second bite of the second seesaw. Incredible drama. Andy's demanding expert medical assistant as Helena writhes in agony. Let's just hope her injuries aren't too serious. Sharon attacks the travelator. Here she comes. Oh, has she got the steam to finish it? Grabs the lip, pulls herself to glory. Oh, celebrations from Andrew and Sheila as Sharon bursts into the quarterfinals. From celebrations to commiserations, physio Mike Garmston's attending to Helena, her family naturally concerned. Seems to be her leg.
Well, Sharon, while the medics are taking a look at Helena and what exactly has gone on there, just absolutely huge, warm congratulations. You're through to the quarterfinals.
Yes, that feels great, thank you.
You've worked very hard, and when things haven't gone your way, you've kept smiling and just going, keeping your head up high and keep going.
That's what it's all about, you know. You just got to go for it and enjoy it. That's the main thing of doing this show, is you've got to enjoy it to the fullest.
We absolutely do. And you've got the opportunity now of enjoying it a further 3 times. Tell me, are you going to bring this lot back?
Oh, yeah, they're going to be right by my door.
Definitely. Let's hear it for Sharon Kewley. Well done.
Helena, I mean, wow, you're showing so much courage. I mean, I think you got a dead leg, have you?
Yeah, what happened was when I hit the sides of the trapeze and everything, my leg just smacked bang into it, and I thought, ooh. But it's a bit painful, but I don't think I could have sort of gone on, I must admit, because it's just, I'm in such agony at the moment.
I mean, you've shown such tremendous courage and spirit, and you'll never say die. You know, attitude has been something that I'm sure everybody here has appreciated. All of us here at Gladiators wish you a very speedy recovery, and we're all behind you, and thanks for being such a fantastic contender. Let's hear it for Helena!
Charlie, with little Thomas, clearly relieved the injury isn't as bad as it could so easily have been. Helena gave everything, a tremendous contender, as they all know. On the other side of the arena, the celebrations continue. Sharon will be back in a couple of weeks, much to the delight of her mum and dad. Well, the record time for the fastest women's eliminator is 1 minute 37.2, but Sharon's time well outside on this occasion. Now we move to the guys. Dave's lead of 10 points gives him a 5-second advantage at the start of the eliminator.
Well, I guess we're pretty dependent upon King Karl having some special powers now.
Who knows, eh? I'll just give it my best shot. I've had a really good day. Hopefully, I'll be able to get through and through to the quarterfinals, but I've got one person in my way, Big Dave. So, best shot, here goes.
Absolutely, and can you afford to relax now, Dave, with a 5-second head start?
If it was a 60-second head start, I think that's the time you can relax, but 5 seconds...
Anything can happen.
Anything.
Let's wish you both the very best of luck. Karl and Dave, we'll see you both at the end. Over to John Anderson.
Dave, you will go on my first whistle. Karl, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Dave Walter needs to be faster than the food he serves if he's to maintain his lead smoothly over and under. And here's Karl Mullins. The fireman needs speed without the aid of a blue flashing light. Karl up and at it from the trampets. Dave down for the rope climb. Dave's mum Molly full of encouragement, but is the gap closing? Dave to the platform as Karl starts his climb. Feet up and let the arms do the work. Dave pedaling the handbike needs to click it up a gear to keep Karl at bay. Karl's sister Adura is screaming for more power. Karl tying up on the bike. Dave swings for the nets. It's 50 feet, but it'll feel like 500. Karl coming again. He's pulled the lead right back. Dave pedestrian in his climbing, and Karl's taking advantage. Finally, Chris is smiling, but Dave still hanging on to that lead. Climbs to the gantry as Karl ties up again. Zip line next. And once again, it's going to be all about the seesaws and the travelator, the greatest test on television. Splash down. Karl launches himself. The arena floor gets bigger as he lands to undertake the graveyard. Dave on the first seesaw, looking good, keeping his head and his balance. His sister Carol knows victory's within reach. Second seesaw, now for the ultimate challenge, the travelator, and he almost strolls up. Incredible eliminator run from Dave Walter. A curious Leslie Starr, which has won him a place in the quarter-finals. Karl bangs down the final seesaw, swoops up the travelator to finish in good form. And Mum Ruth couldn't be more proud. Swings through the burst to complete his run.
Did you really believe you could do it tonight?
If I didn't believe I could do it, I wouldn't be here, Joe.
How much did you appreciate the support you've brought all the way from Exeter?
Oh, they've been great, you know. I hope they'll all come back and see me next time.
How chuffed are you with a time of 1:22?
If that's the fastest, I'll be pretty chuffed.
I'm not sure if it's the fastest, but I know it was good enough to win this evening. Dave, you've been a fantastic contender. You're through to the quarterfinals. Let's hear it for Dave!
Well, Karl, as you said, maybe it just wasn't meant to be, but I have to say that whatever you lacked in the games, you made up for in entertainment and in chat and in yapping away.
Well, give us the mic. Well, all I can say is it wasn't meant to be this time, but I'll be back, as Arnold says, and good luck to Dave. Sorry to all the fans, supporters, but I'll be back. What can I say? I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. We've enjoyed having you on the show, and we've enjoyed having your supporters here as well. Let's hear it for Karl Mullins. Well done.
But to the victor, the glory. Dave accepts the adulation of his family. Big kiss from Mum there, Molly, and that brought tears to his eyes. Karl throws the flowers to the crowd, goes back to Merseyside with terrific memories and a cherished runners-up medal. Despite Dave's best efforts, the men's fastest eliminator record of 1:18.3 still stands.
On Gladiators, I think we normally see a lot of power, speed and agility, but it was good to see a lot of heart and soul this evening.
Certainly, and we've got some good news as well. Helena's just got a little bit of slight bruising, so we wish her the very, very best of luck. But, of course, we'll be back next week with more action here on Gladiators.
Good night.
Good night.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
More Gladiators on the way in just a few moments here on Challenge. And some of the rounds coming up next include Vertigo, The Wall, Pendulum and Dogfight. Over on Pick Next, they're at Dover, where they think they found some drugs in a man's car. Bring out the dogs. That's Nothing to Declare UK.